Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, we would like to thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that has given us everything. By His permission, we have the opportunity to present our research to you all. Before we begin, let me introduce ourselves. The leader of this research team is Dr. Dwi Pratiwi Markus, SH, M.Kn, Certified of Mediator. The research members are Rahmatia and me, Masrifatun Mahmudah, as a research member and as a co-host in this video. In this occasion, we are going to present the results of our research entitled Legal Certainty for Customary Release Letter of Land Ownership in the City of Sorong. This study will provide an explanation of how the legal position of the customary release letter in land ownership in Sorong City. This study will provide an explanation of how the legal position of the customary release letter in land ownership in Sorong City. Sorong is a city that is geographically located in east of Indonesia. In Papua and West Papua, especially in the city of Sorong, there are customary laws that still apply in the community. The land law in Sorong City juxtaposes customary law with positive law. The comparison between customary law and positive law often creates problems. The customary community of Sorong City makes the customary release letter as a proof of legal ownership that cannot be contested. As the results in this case in proving ownership of rights to land, the legal power of land ownership doesn't depend on the presence or absence of land certificate, but on whether or not a customary land release letter issued by customary parties. If like that, what about the certainty of land certificates issued by National Land Agency, or we can call Badan Pertanahan Nasional? And how the legal certainty of customary release letter? The method in this research is juridical normative, which is a method that focuses on library data and secondary data through legal principles and comparisons. The approach through legal principles is a research on legal norms which are benchmarks for proper behavior and in accordance with legal norms. According to the research method used, the research is carried out on the norms and principles contained in secondary data, which are also contained in primary, secondary, and tertiary legal materials.
Hello, I am Dwi Pratiwi Markus, and I will talk about my research legal certainty of customary release letter of land ownership in the city of Sorong. The existence of customary law in Indonesia. The existence of customary law in the Indonesian legal system has been recognized in the Article 5 Law No. 5 of 1916 concerning basic agrarian law. Agrarian law that applies to the earth, water, and space is customary law as long as it is not contrary to national and state interests. The customary right of the customary law community should not be used as a barrier. If the customary right of the customary law community hampers the development and objective of the government, this is a public interest that will be defended by the interest contract. Ingenious people is a very unjustified. Land ownership certificate in Indonesia. The essence of land ownership certificate is to provide certainty of right for land owners. The authority to issue land ownership certificate is owned by the National Land Agency or Badan Pertanahan Nasional. It's regulated in Article 1, Number 9 of Law Number 51 of 2009 concerning to Second Amendment to Law Number 5 of 1986 concerning state administrative controls. The BPN as state administrative official and as the executor is carried out by head of the land office. Then the law of ownership certificate issued by the BPN is valid and has permanent legal force. The document certificate letter that's not issued by the BPN in use as a supporting legal or additional administrative requirement include the customary release letter, or the name is Surat Pelepasan Adat. So next analysis about the land and the scene. The cities of Sorong City use the customary release letter as a proof of the land control transfer from the indigenous people to another community group, so that it can be used as a proof of control over the land. However, this cannot prove the ownership status of land. According to the state of the proof of the customary release letter, only until in the agreement made by the customary community to another party who receive the letter. The last slide, we will talk about conclusion. The authentic deed and the deed of the hand have different power of proof. The customary release letter is the deed of the hand that has not the perfect power of proof. According to Article 1338, Paragraph 1 of the Civil Code, all agreements made are valid as law for those who make them. This is the principle of legal certainty, pacta sunt servanda. The principle of pacta sunt servanda is the basis for affirming that the existence of a customary release letter of legal certainty before that law is a letter of agreement, but not as a letter that can prove land ownership. Legal land ownership is only owned by the National Land Agency, Badan Pertanahan Nasional.
Okay, that's our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Salam dari Timur. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.